आप देख रहे हैं यूनिवर्सल न्यूज टुडे।
In the last few months, the Prime Minister made some particularly important visits that were directly relevant to our national security and development. These included the United States, France, UAE, Australia and Egypt. Prime Minister participated in the Quad and G7 meetings in Japan and co-chaired the third FIPEX summit in Papua New Guinea. He also hosted the Prime Minister of Nepal and the President of Sri Lanka in New Delhi. The official state visit to the United States of Shri Narendra Modi ji from June 20 to 23, 2023 was only the second by an Indian Prime Minister. He was accorded the rare privilege of addressing the joint session of the US Congress for a second time. In Washington DC, Prime Minister was given a formal state welcome at the White House. As a special gesture, the US government invited nearly 8,000 members of the Indian diaspora to witness the ceremony. Prime Minister held bilateral talks with the US President on June 22nd. President Biden hosted both a state dinner as well as a private dinner at the White House. The Prime Minister interacted with several CEOs of tech companies individually, as also in a roundtable that was co-chaired with President Biden. He invited them to strengthen the presence and operations in India. Prime Minister addressed young entrepreneurs and participated in a skill and innovation meeting along with the First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden. The key outcomes of his visit were: 1. Agreement to augment technology cooperation, especially through the Initiative for Critical and Emerging Technologies, ICET, focusing on artificial intelligence, semiconductors, space, quantum and telecom. India became a member in the Mineral Security Partnership as well. 2. Our Make in India in the defense sector got a big boost with an agreement between GE Aerospace and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited to manufacture the GE 414 jet engine in India for the light combat aircraft. India has been pursuing this for decades, and this breakthrough marks a significant jump in our technology cooperation. It was also agreed that American naval ships will use our shipyards for their repair and maintenance. 3. ISRO and NASA signed the ARTEMIS Accords for exploration of outer space for peaceful purposes. They would cooperate in human space flights and launch a joint effort to the International Space Station in 2024. 4. The two countries resolved 6 outstanding bilateral trade disputes in the WTO through mutually agreed solutions. This is an exceptional step in the trade domain. 5. Our semiconductor mission made significant progress through commitments by 3 major US companies for building a semiconductor assembly and test facility and for training Indian engineers and workforce. 6. In the telecommunications sector, both sides agreed to collaborate towards a bilateral trusted network, trusted sources framework. Indian companies will participate in the US RIP and Replace program and undertake O-RAN reciprocal pilot projects. 7. To address the public concerns about visas, the US announced its decision to open 2 new consulates in Bengaluru and Ahmedabad. It will also explore ways of making visa renewal more user-friendly. India will take steps to operationalize its consulate in Seattle soon. 8. 105 cultural antiquities that were illegally trafficked to the United States will be returned, and this has since happened after the Prime Minister's visit. 9. Both countries agreed to commence an Indian Ocean dialogue, and USA announced that it would participate in the Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative that was initiated by India in 2019. And 10. India and the United States will work together for the development of digital public infrastructure and strengthen multilateral development